The self-help industry has been lying to you. And I should know because I've been part of it for decades. They've convinced you that success is about positive thinking, vision boards, and believing in yourself. That's feel-good garbage that keeps you buying more books and attending more seminars while your life stays exactly the same. The truth that nobody wants to tell you is that success is about doing uncomfortable things consistently, even when you don't want to do them. It's about discipline, not dreams. It's about daily habits, not daily affirmations. It's about changing your behavior, not just changing your mindset. The reason most people fail isn't because they don't know what to do. It's because they know what to do, but they don't do it. They're addicted to learning about success instead of actually practicing success. Information without application is just entertainment, and most people are more entertained than they are educated. Reiterating, Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses. Here's what I want you to know about success. I was 25 years old, broke, and making excuses for why my life wasn't working. Then I met a man who asked me a simple question that shook me to my core. He said, Jim, if you'll change, everything will change for you. But if you don't change, nothing will change. That day I learned the most valuable lesson of my entire life. Success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. And that choice shows up in what you do every single day. You see, most people are looking for the big break, the lottery ticket, the magic formula that will transform their life overnight. But I'm here to tell you something different. I'm here to tell you that your life is shaped not by what happens to you once in a while, but by what you do consistently, day after day after day. The difference between successful people and everyone else isn't talent, luck, or connection. It's what they work on every single day when nobody's watching. I've spent decades studying success, and I've discovered that there are 10 things that successful people work on without fail every single day. These aren't complicated theories or complex strategies. They're simple, fundamental disciplines that anyone can master, but here's the catch. They're also easy not to do. And that's where most people fail. They underestimate the power of doing the little things consistently. Let me ask you this. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. And that's the great separator in life. The person who exercises for 30 minutes today, will they be healthy tomorrow? Probably not. The person who reads 10 pages of a good book today, will they be educated tomorrow? Probably not. But the person who exercises for 30 minutes every day for the next 10 years, what will happen to them? They'll be healthy, strong, and vibrant. The person who reads 10 pages every day for the next 10 years, what will happen to them? They'll become educated, informed, and valuable. This is what I call the slight edge. Small disciplines repeated with consistency over time create extraordinary results. Small neglects repeated with consistency over time create disaster. The choice is yours. And you make it fresh every single day. Remember when I first started working for Mr. Schoaf, my mentor, he taught me that success is not a destination you arrive at, it's a process you live. Every day you're either getting better or getting worse. You're either moving toward your goals or away from them. There's no such thing as standing still in life. You're either growing or you're dying. That's why I want to share with you these 10 things that you must work on every day. Not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, every single day, because your daily disciplines determine your destiny. The first thing you must work on every day is your philosophy. Your philosophy is how you think about life. It's your beliefs, your attitudes, your approach to living. And here's what I've learned. How you think determines how you live. If you think life is hard, it will be hard for you. If you think people can't be trusted, you'll find untrustworthy people everywhere. If you think success is for other people but not for you, you'll prove yourself right every single time. Your philosophy creates your reaction. I used to have a poor philosophy. I used to think that things just happened to me, that I was a victim of circumstances. I blamed the government. I blamed my boss. I blamed the economy. I blamed everything and everyone except the person who was truly responsible, me. That philosophy kept me broke and frustrated for years. But when I changed my philosophy, everything changed. I started taking responsibility for my results. I started believing that if I changed, everything would change for me. I started thinking like a successful person thinks. And you know what happened? I started getting the results that successful people get. Work on your philosophy every day. Read good books. Listen to successful people. Study the principles of success. Challenge your old ways of thinking. Question your assumptions. Develop a philosophy that serves you instead of limiting you. The second thing you must work on every day is your attitude. Your attitude is the choice you make about how you're going to approach each day. It's not what happens to you that determines your future. It's how you react to what happens to you, and your reaction is a choice. I've seen people with tremendous advantages in life fail miserably because they had a poor attitude. I've also seen people overcome incredible obstacles and achieve remarkable success because they chose to maintain a positive, determined attitude no matter what life threw at them. Your attitude is like the weather in your personal world. You can choose sunshine or you can choose storms. You can choose to see opportunities or you can choose to see problems. You can choose to be grateful or you can choose to complain. The choice is always yours. When I was struggling financially, I had a choice to make every single morning. I could wake up bitter about my circumstances, or I could wake up determined to change them. I could focus on what I didn't have, or I could focus on what I was going to create. That daily choice of attitude made all the difference in my life. Work on your attitude every day. Start each morning by choosing to be positive. Choose to look for the good in every situation. Choose to be grateful for what you have while you're working for what you want. Choose to be the kind of person that others want to be around. Your attitude will determine your altitude in life. The third thing you must work on every day is your activity. This is what you actually do with your time. Your philosophy is how you think, your attitude is how you feel, but your activity is what you do. And at the end of the day, results come from activity. You can have the best philosophy in the world and the most positive attitude, but if you don't take action, nothing happens. Success is not a spectator sport. You have to get in the game. You have to do the work. You have to make the calls, write the letters, have the conversations, take the risks. But here's what most people don't understand. Not all activity is equal. There's busy work and there's productive work. There's motion and there's progress. Successful people focus their activity on high-value tasks that move them closer to their goals. I learned this lesson the hard way when I was starting out in business. I was working long hours, staying busy all day, but I wasn't making any real progress. I was confusing activity with accomplishment. Then Mr. Schoaf taught me to ask myself this question every day. What are the most important things I can do today that will have the greatest impact on my future? That question changed everything. Work on your activity every day. Plan your day before you live it. Focus on high-value activities that move you toward your goals. Don't just stay busy, be productive. Don't just work hard, work smart. Make sure your daily activities are aligned with your long-term objectives. The fourth thing you must work on every day is your learning. You must become more valuable. The marketplace pays for value, and the best way to increase your value is to continuously learn and grow. In today's rapidly changing world, what got you here won't get you there. The skills that made you successful yesterday may not be enough to keep you successful tomorrow. You must constantly upgrade your knowledge, develop new skills, and expand your understanding. I've met people who have been doing the same job for 20 years, but they don't have 20 years of experience. They have 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. They stopped learning, they stopped growing, and eventually they became obsolete. Learning is not something you do once and then you're done. Learning is a lifelong process. Every day you should learn something new. Read books, listen to educational programs, attend seminars, take courses, learn from mentors. Invest in your education more than you invest in your recreation. The marketplace rewards those who bring value, and the best way to bring more value is to know more, understand more, and be able to do more. Make yourself so valuable that they can't afford to let you go, and so valuable that they can't afford not to promote you. Work on your learning every day. Read at least 30 minutes a day. Listen to educational content while you drive. Attend workshops and seminars. Find mentors who can teach you what you need to know. Invest in your personal development like your life depends on it, because it does. The fifth thing you must work on every day is your health. Your health is the foundation that supports everything else in your life. Without your health, all your other achievements become meaningless. I've known wealthy people who would trade all their money for good health. I've known successful people who achieved everything they wanted but lost their health in the process. Don't make that mistake. Take care of your body like it's the only place you have to live, because it is. Your body is designed to move, so move it every day. You don't have to become a professional athlete, but you do need to stay active. Take a walk, go for a swim, lift some weights, play a sport. Find something you enjoy and do it consistently. Your body also needs good fuel, so feed it well. Eat nutritious foods that give you energy and vitality. Drink plenty of water. Get enough rest. Your body is a sophisticated machine, and like any machine, it performs better when you take care of it. But health is not just physical, it's also mental and emotional. Take care of your mind by managing stress, practicing gratitude, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. Take care of your emotions by dealing with problems instead of ignoring them, forgiving instead of holding grudges, and loving instead of hating. Work on your health every day. Exercise regularly, eat well, get enough sleep, manage your stress, and take care of your emotional well-being. Your health is your wealth, and without it, nothing else matters. The sixth thing you must work on every day is your relationships. Success is not a solo act. The people in your life will either lift you up or pull you down. They will either inspire you to greatness or encourage you to settle for mediocrity. You become like the people you spend the most time with. If you want to be successful, spend time with successful people. If you want to be positive, spend time with positive people. If you want to grow, spend time with people who are growing. This doesn't mean you should abandon people who are struggling, but it does mean you should be intentional about who influences you most. You can help others without letting them drag you down. You can be compassionate without absorbing their negativity. I remember Mr. Schoaf telling me, "Jim, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." That was a wake-up call for me. I looked around at my circle of friends and I realized they were all broke and unhappy, just like me. If I wanted to change my life, I had to change my association. Building good relationships is an investment in your future. Be kind to people. Be generous with your time and attention. Help others achieve their goals. Be a good friend, a good spouse, a good parent, a good colleague. The relationships you build today will determine the opportunities you have tomorrow. Work on your relationships every day. Spend quality time with the people who matter most to you. Be present when you're with them. Listen more than you talk. Show appreciation for what they bring to your life. Invest in people, and they will invest in you. The seventh thing you must work on every day is your goals. Goals are the pull of the future. They give you something to aim for, something to work toward, something to get excited about. Without goals, you're like a ship without a destination, drifting wherever the current takes you. But not just any goals will do. Your goals must be specific, measurable, and written down. A goal that's not written down is just a wish. A goal that's not specific is just a dream. A goal that's not measurable is just a hope. I learned the power of written goals when I was 25 years old. At a seminar, the speaker asked everyone who had written goals to raise their hands. Out of 300 people, only 3 hands went up. He said, "You 3 will accomplish more in the next 10 years than the other 297 combined." I thought he was crazy, but years later, I discovered he was right. Your goals should stretch you, but not break you. They should be challenging enough to inspire you, but realistic enough to achieve. They should excite you when you think about them and motivate you to take action every day. But having goals is not enough. You must review them regularly. You must think about them, plan for them, and work toward them every single day. Your goals should influence your decisions. guide your actions, and shape your priorities. Work on your goals every day. Review them in the morning when you wake up and in the evening before you go to bed. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate your progress along the way. Adjust them as needed, but never abandon them. Your goals are your roadmap to the future you want to create. The 8th thing you must work on every day is your time. Time is your most valuable resource. It's the one thing you can never get back once it's gone. How you use your time determines how your life turns out. Successful people treat time like the precious commodity it is. They don't waste it on activities that don't matter. They don't spend it with people who drain their energy. They don't use it for things that don't move them closer to their goals. Time management is really life management. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your hours and your days. It's about saying yes to the right things and no to the wrong things. It's about being productive, not just busy. I used to think I didn't have enough time to do the things I wanted to do. Then I started paying attention to how I actually spent my time, and I was shocked. I was wasting hours every day on activities that added no value to my life. I was spending time on things that were urgent but not important, while neglecting things that were important but not urgent. The key to time management is priorities. You must decide what's most important and focus your time and energy on those things. Everything else is secondary. You can't do everything, but you can do the most important things very well. Work on your time every day. Plan your day in advance. Set priorities and stick to them. Eliminate time wasters. Learn to say no to requests that don't align with your goals. Invest your time in activities that will pay dividends in the future. The 9th thing you must work on every day is your money. Money is a tool, and like any tool, you must learn how to use it properly. The goal is not to make money for the sake of making money. The goal is to become financially independent so you have the freedom to choose how you want to live your life. Most people have a poor relationship with money. They either spend more than they make or they make more than they spend, but don't invest the difference wisely. They work for money instead of making money work for them. The first step to financial independence is to spend less than you make. This sounds simple, but for many people it's the hardest thing to do. They live paycheck to paycheck, spending everything they earn and sometimes more. The second step is to invest the difference. Don't just save money, invest it. Put it to work in assets that will grow over time. Learn about investing. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Build a portfolio that will generate passive income. The third step is to increase your earning ability. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Develop skills that are valuable in the marketplace. Become so good at what you do that you can command a premium price for your services. Work on your money every day. Track your income and expenses. Look for ways to reduce costs without reducing your quality of life. Invest in your education to increase your earning power. Put money aside regularly, even if it's just a small amount. Learn about investing and start building wealth for your future. The 10th and final thing you must work on every day is your contribution, what you give back to the world, how you serve others, the legacy you leave behind. Success is not just about what you achieve for yourself, it's also about what you do for others. The most fulfilled people I know are those who have found ways to contribute to something bigger than themselves. Your contribution doesn't have to be grand or public. It can be as simple as being a good parent, a helpful neighbor, or a supportive friend. It can be volunteering in your community, mentoring someone who's just starting out, or using your talents to make the world a little bit better. The interesting thing about contribution is that the more you give, the more you receive. When you help others succeed, you create a network of people who want to help you succeed. When you add value to other people's lives, you become more valuable yourself. I've discovered that the most successful people are also the most generous people. They understand that success is not a zero-sum game. They know that by helping others win, they increase their own chances of winning. Work on your contribution every day. Look for ways to help others. Share your knowledge, your resources, your time, and your talents. Make a positive difference in someone's life. leave every person in every situation better than you found them. Now let me tell you something that will determine whether you actually apply what I've shared with you today or whether you'll just think it was a nice speech and then go back to your old ways. The difference between successful people and everyone else is not knowledge. Most people know what they should do. The difference is application. Successful people apply what they know consistently, day after day, year after year. These 10 things I've shared with you are not theories. They're proven principles. They work if you work them. But they won't work if you don't work them. You can't just think about them or talk about them. You have to do them. Here's what I want you to understand. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to get all 10 areas right immediately. You just have to start. Pick one area that resonates with you most and begin working on it today. Then add another area next week and another area the week after that. Before you know it, you'll be working on all 10 areas consistently. The price of discipline weighs ounces, but the price of regret weighs tons. You can choose to pay the price of discipline today by doing these 10 things consistently. Or you can pay the price of regret later by wondering what your life could have been if you had applied these principles. I can tell you from personal experience that these principles work. They took me from being broke and frustrated at 25 to being financially independent and fulfilled by 31. They've worked for thousands of other people I've taught over the years. And they'll work for you too, if you'll work them. But you must start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more motivated. Now, today, this very moment. Because every day you delay is another day of potential progress lost. Every day you wait is another day of compound growth you're missing out on. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is your one shot at creating the life you want. Don't waste it wishing things were different. Don't spend it making excuses. Don't use it blaming others for your circumstances. Take these 10 principles and make them your daily practice. Work on your philosophy, your attitude, your activity, your learning, your health, your relationships, your goals, your time, your money, and your contribution. Do it every day without fail. And watch what happens to your life. The life you want is not going to just happen to you. You have to make it happen. You have to create it through your daily choices and actions. You have to build it. One day at a time, one decision at a time, one discipline at a time. But here's the good news. If you'll commit to working on these 10 things every day for the next 90 days, you'll be amazed at the changes you see in your life. If you'll do it for a year, the transformation will be remarkable. If you'll do it for 5 years, you'll be living a completely different life. The choice is yours. You can continue living the way you've been living and get the same results you've been getting, or you can start working on these 10 things every day and create the life you really want. What's it going to be? Are you going to be one of those people who hears good advice and then does nothing with it? Or are you going to be one of those rare individuals who takes what they've learned and applies it consistently until it transforms their life? I believe in you. I believe you have what it takes to succeed. I believe you can create an extraordinary life if you'll just commit to doing the ordinary things extraordinarily well, day after day. The time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. Take these 10 principles, make them your own, and go create the life you deserve. Your future is counting on what you do today. Remember, success leaves clues. And the biggest clue is this: successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do occasionally. They've turned success into a habit, not an event. They understand that extraordinary results come from ordinary activities done consistently over an extraordinary period of time. You have everything you need right now to begin this transformation. You don't need more time, more money, more connections, or more opportunities. You need more discipline, you need more consistency, you need more commitment to doing what you know you should do. I want to leave you with this final thought. 20 years from now, you're going to arrive somewhere. The question is not whether you arrive, the question is where. Will you arrive at a place of success, fulfillment, and contribution, or will you arrive at a place of regret, wondering what could have been? The answer depends entirely on what you do with these 10 principles starting today. Your destiny is not determined by chance, it's determined by choice, and that choice is in your hands right now. Make it count.